The Brodhead Airport always had Pete and pole enthusiasts. Ted Davis, Dick Whedon, and Francis Saunders won the prestigious National Wright Brothers Award in 1989 for the Pete and pole they built. Pictured here are Ted and Dick with the award. Here, a Ford Model T engine is being fired up for the first time on a brand new Pete and pole project. Notice that the radiator on that Ford automobile engine greatly obscures the view out over the cowling of the airplane. Many Pete and poles built today use a Corvair engine or the old reliable Continental, eliminating the radiator from obscuring the view. Let's take a chop around the patch at Brodhead Airport in one of Bernard Pete and pole's wonderful flying machines. Here we step back into the 1930s. The ever-popular and sometimes annual Chile fly-in is held in February. No, it's not always necessary to put chains on your propeller, but a good set of skis would help.
That Chile, pretty good.
Excellent. Excellent. The fire is hot. The chili is hot. It's a nice hot day out here in Wisconsin. Right. It's a wonderful place.
Hey, contact and throttle is open. That's the way.
The Australian aerobatic team was assigned to the Brodhead Airport to practice for the 10th World Aerobatic Competition held in Oshkosh, Wisconsin in August of 1980. The team really enjoyed their stay in Brodhead. Bill Waterton, team member, said, "Things are always falling off our airplanes, but Dick Whedon is always there to put them back on again."
2 or 3 of them would take off in formation. As soon as they broke ground, they would go inverted and fly over to the box inverted, which was 3 or 4 miles east of the field here. And they'd come back the same way, upside down, and fly the pattern upside down. And then just as after they turned final, they would all flip right side up and land. And we got quite a charge out of that.
Our kids from the time they were young kind of grew at the airport, and several of the neighbor children did. John Aulabaugh and Ted Davis, they hung around our house, so they followed Dick out here too. And especially the year that the Australian aerobatic team was here, I didn't see them for 6 weeks. They camped out, we picnicked out here, and they just didn't want to come home at all.
Steve Whitman, designer of the popular Tailwind aircraft, was the guest speaker at a Brodhead Chapter 431 meeting in 1978. Pictured here, left to right, are Bill Knight, Dick Whedon, Steve Whitman, Frank Gombar, and Archie Henkelman. Steve was also a famous airplane racer. Here is Steve's racing certificate from 1928. Note the chairman's signature, Orville Wright.
We were all poor then, and we weren't wealthy, and we were all interested in flying, and we wanted to fly and have fun at our airport, and it really was fun. It was, I mean, even if you didn't care too much about flying, just the camaraderie of being out there was enough to keep a lot of people just really, really happy. And some of our best members didn't have planes or fly. We dreamed, though, that there would be those hangars. In fact, Bill Knight and I and Francis Saunders, and, well, I can't name all the people. We laid out a plan for how that airport was going to grow, and we are seeing it now. Camaraderie. That's the nice thing about flying, and that's the nice thing about that airport.
For us older people to look back and say what a wonderful time we have, but we need to get youth involved, and it's hard to get youth involved in aviation because of the expense today. The EA's Young Eagle program hopefully has introduced thousands and thousands and thousands of youth to general aviation, light aircraft, and hopefully that'll have an impact, although it's, again, like I said, very difficult for youth, I think, to break in if they don't have a family member or somebody that's involved in aviation to help them along. It's just one of the things we have to work on, and one of the great things about an airport like this is there isn't a fence around it. You still can come out and drive up and look at an airplane. You can hopefully talk to the owner before you take your kids around, or you go around to touch the airplane or look in it. But almost everybody here is more than welcome, or more than happy to welcome you to the airport and let you look over the airplane to answer questions. And I know there's a lot of rides given to adults, not just children. So hopefully we can maintain that aspect of general aviation at small airports like this, and get more people involved in the future, youth involved in the future, and be able to exercise our freedom of flight. And it's a wonderful freedom. If you haven't flown, I would strongly suggest anybody that would see this, take some time and find a small airport and go out and get acquainted. And most of the small airports will have people that would be more than willing to answer questions and maybe even take you for a ride.